Hello, literature enthusiasts! Welcome to our channel where we delve into the beautiful world of books. Here we explore, dissect, and appreciate the artistry of written words. Our purpose? To bring you closer to the heart of storytelling and the minds of authors who paint vivid worlds with their writing. Today we're taking a journey into the pages of a classic novel, Silas Marner, by George Eliot. A fascinating tale of love, redemption, and the power of human connection. But before we dive in, let's talk a bit about the author. George Eliot, a pen name for Mary Ann Evans, was an English novelist during the Victorian era. Her works, including Silas Marner, are known for their realism and psychological insight. So, ready to unravel the layers of this classic novel? Let's dive in. Remember, every book opens a new world, so stay tuned and let's explore this world together. Silas Marner, a tale of love, betrayal, and redemption. But what's the story about? Let's dive right into it. Silas Marner, the namesake of the novel, is a reclusive weaver who lives in a small English village called Raveloe. He's not always been this way though. Once upon a time, Silas was a devout member of a religious community in Lantern Yard. But after a false accusation of theft and betrayal by his best friend, he was cast out, leading him to his life of solitude in Raveloe. In this quaint village, Silas spends his days weaving and his nights counting his earnings, which he hoards obsessively. This miserly behavior earns him little regard from his fellow villagers, who view him as an oddity at best, and a pariah at worst. However, Silas's life takes a dramatic turn when his gold, his only source of joy, is stolen. Devastated, Silas descends into despair. But as they say, when one door closes, another opens. And in Silas's case, this new door is opened by a golden-haired child who wanders into his home on a snowy night. This child, Eppie, is the unattended daughter of Godfrey Cass, the village squire's son, who is too scared to claim her due to his fear of societal scorn. Silas, however, sees Eppie as a blessing, and decides to raise her as his own. This decision transforms Silas, softening his hardened heart, and reintroducing him to the joys of human connection. What follows is a heartwarming journey of Silas and Eppie, filled with trials and tribulations, and the transformative power of love. And though Silas's life is forever altered by Eppie's arrival, the question remains, will the truth about her parentage ever come out, and if so, what will be the consequences? Now that we have the basic understanding of the plot, it's time to look at the themes that Eliot has beautifully woven into the narrative. George Eliot, with her profound storytelling, has given us some deep themes to ponder upon in Silas Marner. Beginning with the theme of isolation, we witness its profound impact on the protagonist, Silas Marner. This weaver from Raveloe lives a life of seclusion as a consequence of a false accusation and betrayal by his best friend in his hometown Lantern Yard. His isolation is not only physical but also emotional, as he distances himself from society and its interactions. However, this theme of isolation doesn't remain constant. It is transformed by the arrival of a golden-haired child, Eppie, who rekindles his faith in humanity and life. Change, another significant theme, is portrayed vividly throughout the narrative. Silas, who once despised the thought of change, finds himself embracing it. Initially, he is a man obsessed with his loom and the gold coins he earns, finding solace only in his repetitive work and accumulated wealth. However, the theft of his gold coins and the subsequent arrival of Eppie bring about a drastic transformation in him. The man who once found comfort in the constancy of his loom and coins now finds joy in the dynamic nature of fatherhood. This theme of change is not just restricted to Silas alone but extends to the entire community of Raveloe, marking the transition from suspicion and mistrust to acceptance and love. The significance of work is another theme that Eliot explores. For Silas, his work as a weaver is an escape from his past trauma and a means to cope with his loneliness. His loom becomes his companion in solitude, providing him with a sense of purpose and order. However, as the story progresses, Silas's perspective of work evolves. He no longer sees it as an escape but rather as a means to provide for Eppie. This shift in perception is a testament to Silas's character development, showing his transition from a solitary miser to a loving father. Moreover, Eliot uses these themes to shed light on the human condition and societal norms of the time. Her depiction of isolation, change, and the significance of work reflect on the broader societal issues and human experiences, making the narrative relatable and thought-provoking. Eliot's themes are not just restricted to the narrative, but they also play a significant role in character development. Shall we look at them? This question will lead us into the next phase of our exploration, where we delve into the depth of Eliot's characters and how these themes shape their identities. So, stay tuned as we continue our journey into the heart of George Eliot's masterpiece, Silas Marner. Scene script. Characters are the backbone of any story, and in Silas Marner, they are meticulously crafted. Let's delve into the psyche of these characters, starting with Silas Marner himself. Silas, a weaver, is the heart of the story, and his life is a testament to personal transformation. Once a trusting, sociable man, he becomes a recluse after being betrayed by his best friend and falsely accused of theft. His transformation is profound as he evolves from a miserly hermit to a loving father, showing us that redemption and change are always possible. Next up is Godfrey Cass, the eldest son of the squire who battles his own demons. Despite his privileged position, he's haunted by his secret marriage to a woman of lower social standing, Molly Farron, and their child, whom he abandons. As the story unfolds, Godfrey's inability to face the truth causes him immense suffering, teaching us that honesty is often the best policy. Speaking of Godfrey's secret, let's talk about Eppie, the golden-haired child who wanders into Silas's cottage after her mother's death. Eppie is the embodiment of innocence and love, and her arrival sparks Silas's transformation. She symbolizes hope and redemption in the story, showing that sometimes the most unexpected events can bring about the greatest changes. Finally, we have Nancy Lammeter, Godfrey's love interest. Nancy is a woman of strong principles, and she represents the conventional morality of the time. Despite her love for Godfrey, she refuses to marry him until he's honest about his past. Nancy's character emphasizes the importance of integrity and moral values. In the end, each character with their unique traits contributes to the richness of the narrative. Silas's transformation teaches us about redemption. Godfrey's struggles highlight the importance of honesty, Eppie's innocence brings hope, and Nancy's integrity reminds us of the significance of moral values. Each character, with their unique traits, adds depth to the story. But what does this all mean in the grand scheme of the book? So what can we take away from this deep dive into Silas Marner? Well, for starters, we've unraveled the intricate narrative woven by George Eliot, tracing the journey of our eponymous character Silas Marner, from a lonely, embittered weaver to a beloved member of his community. We've seen how he, through the love for his adopted daughter Eppie, is able to reconnect with humanity, and in doing so, rekindles his faith in the goodness of people. We've also explored the various themes that underpin the story. The transformative power of love, the clash between industrial progress and pastoral simplicity, the role of fate versus free will, and the idea of redemption and second chances. These themes, as we've discovered, are as relevant today as they were when the book was first published in the 19th century. In our character analysis, we delved into the complexities of Silas Marner himself, as well as the supporting characters like Godfrey Cass and Eppie. Each of these characters, whether through their strengths or their flaws, contributes to the rich tapestry of the story and provides us with invaluable insights into human nature. But why is Silas Marner considered a classic? Perhaps because it offers us a mirror to our own lives, allowing us to reflect on our actions and their consequences. It reminds us that regardless of our past mistakes, we all have the capacity for change and redemption. It shows us that love and kindness can be powerful agents of transformation. In its portrayal of a simple weaver's life, Silas Marner encapsulates universal truths about humanity. It invites us to question our values, to reconsider our judgments, and to understand the power of love and community. And in doing so, it continues to resonate with readers generation after generation. And that, dear viewers, was Silas Marner, a timeless piece of literature that continues to captivate generations. Thank you for joining us on this literary journey. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful book analyses. Until next time, keep exploring the world of literature.